Morning, Dick.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I am fantastic. My
Awesome.
house in Mount Lemon is under contract within 6 days.
Attaboy.
Yep. It's a long drive up there and a long drive down. So, how you doing?
I'm good. I got two listings coming live this week, which will be good. One will sell
Mm-hmm.
instantly as soon as it hits the market.
Mm-hmm.
The other
Tell you
one
one,
is gonna be a
yeah.
little more difficult.
Tell you one thing. When we had multiple offers, and one of the things that motivated my seller to accept, and we got a good offer, all right, but the unknowing about what may take place after the election if Trump does not win really motivated my seller to take what he could get.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, think about it. I mean, I don't know what your political persuasion is, but if you're in business and you're, whatever, if the unthinkable happens that the socialists take over the government, we may have a real tough time.
You're absolutely correct.
Pardon me?
So you are absolutely correct.
Yeah. So um, I'm going to tell people they should buy now before the election, or they should sell now before the election. I won't do that, but boy, I tell you, I was talking to my friend Steve Stockton, who's one of the top Keller Williams agents in the whole country. He's back in Michigan, kind of my mentor. And he just started back in business just about 6, 7 weeks ago. He's been closed down because the whole state of Michigan, you couldn't sell real estate.
That's tough.
And he's, this is a guy who does on his own about 300 sales a year. Um,
That's a
but
lot of sales.
yeah, and he's been doing that consistently for over 20 years.
That's a healthy living.
Oh yeah, and he went over to Utah to his cabin up in Utah and spent the closing of Michigan there. But if you're going to chance to meet him, he is really a dynamic guy and talk about a steady Eddie and works. He tracks everything he does. He's one of the most you know focused people I've ever met in my life.
And they say champions love to be measured.
He has every day work. He keeps tab on everything he does every day, going back over 20 years, and he has his binders, so he can go back and tell you exactly what he was doing on what day 20 years ago. Amazing. Well, I'll be quiet while you get yourself mentally focused. All right.
Oh, I'm mentally focused. Just my Monday morning is just kind of sitting here waiting for waiting for something to happen.
Oh, Larry, the house guy will be here. I see his name pop up, and there he is. What you focus on expands. Larry pops up. Good morning, Larry.
And I'm expanding.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, Mr. Larry?
It's payday today.
Yeah.
Yep, going to be delivering keys this morning.
Very good. The keys to the kingdom, huh?
Keys to a nice home up on the northwest side.
Well, that.
Finally got through that deal. What a freaking mess the last 3 days of last week were with that.
Well,
Actual owner is in Singapore. They wouldn't. The check has to be made out to her. She has no bank accounts in the States. The title company won't electronically wire internationally.
Mm-hmm.
So it just turned into a rat's nest.
Mm.
We talked about possibly switching title companies, just a whole variety of different things. Meanwhile, the people that are buying the place had people here from Mexico to help move in. And guess what? They didn't have anywhere to go this weekend.
Uh,
Fortunately, it was all on the lender.
Mm.
Lender failed to perform.
Is the lender gonna be kicking back some help towards getting everything paid for?
I think what the conversation on Friday was about prepossession, and my client said absolutely no way because of all the risk. And thankfully, Nancy Colvin sent me the risk documents about prepossession, plus the actual rental contract that goes with prepossession. And my my local, the guy that was here living here locally, fortunately was a pretty intelligent guy. He read those forms and said, "We're not doing that. The risk involved in prepossession is ugly." So on Friday, the lender was trying to pitch that. One of the managers of the lender was trying to pitch that, and I said, "I'm sorry, you need to go up the chain and find somebody to get this thing done today." Well, I think they put him in a hotel for the weekend.
Okay.
And they said, well, worst case, we'll have to put him in a hotel for the weekend or something like that. And so my client's not interested in prepossession, too much risk. And, all they needed to do was push a button, send docs.
That's stupid.
Yep. That's just, then it was 30, I'd have to go back and count, but I think it was like 35 days. And everything was done. The appraisal was done early and everything else. I guess the people in the MI department held up the lender for some reason, but of course they didn't ask for the MI form until late. And it just, I don't know, all on their side. All I know is my clients are, going to get a FedEx cashier's check, and I'll figure out what to do with it in Singapore.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, it took me almost all of my time for 3 days on the phone, negotiating, talking to people, talking about what the possibilities are. Having the discussion about the risk thing was much longer than just a phone call. But it was, like I said, we got through it. We'll see what happens today. All the paperwork is in, so it's just a matter of title, sending everything to the recorder's office, get that done, and go to the other side of town and get some keys delivered. That was a fun one though.
There's been a couple like super, I wouldn't say challenging, but just off the wall randomness.
Yeah. Well, that kind of stuff. My biggest takeaway from that is anytime somebody wants to get funds internationally, have another discussion.
Right.
We have to go around that. Title Security just simply made a policy that they won't do it. Another title company says they will, but then when I spoke with someone that knows about that, way up the chain in Title Security, she said, I can give you 5 cases where Stewart said they could get it done and then they didn't.
We don't want all that.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Mara, Robin, Teresa, Stormy. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Not me.
You already said good morning.
I'm here.
We already said good morning.
No, you're not. We don't see you. Oh, yeah, there you go. The flying hand.
How was the weekend? Any wins? Any awesomeness?
Yeah, so a sign call is turning into a potential client that's looking for $225,000 homes.
There you go. Good morning, Miss Erickson.
A day in the life of a real estate agent with Emily Erickson.
Today at 9 a.m. Woo!
She must not be hearing us.
No, she's getting set up on her audio, and I'm pretty sure she's wearing some kind of superhero suit.
Yes, I'm Captain Marvel.
You are marvelous.
No, I'm a super agent hero. So today when I teach Ignite, which is at 9 o'clock, which everyone should go to anyway, because I'm amazing. Okay, I'm really not that amazing. But anyway, this is the day in the life of a real estate agent. You're a superhero, right? You're a superhero to your clients and hopefully to yourself, so you can believe the BS that you might be feeding your clients that day.
I'm pretty awesome. That's I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the best things ever. I'm excited that Ignite instructor is gonna wear a suit to tie into the lesson. That's cool.
Yeah, baby.
That's cool.
Plus, I get to practice for Halloween.
I practice for Halloween every day.
These nice small cup of coffee you have there.
It's water. I don't drink coffee. But it's a new one. It says give thanks.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I'm trying to, show gratitude in all I do.
Very cool.
Do I look blurry, everybody? Do I look blurry?
Yeah, of course
Dick, you
you
look
do.
very blurry.
I'm gonna mute my phone.
You gotta love it. How about you, Stormy? Where was the wins?
The wins were simple for me. It's usually the same every day, and that's just being present, being active, and that dude just leads the business for me.
Good.
I can second that. I was in the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of last week. He was there every day on the phone making calls.
High five, Stormy. Yeah. Doing what you're supposed to do will get you where you want to go. It's weird that you show up that way. I really want you to all start working on your goals for 2021. Now is the time to start thinking about what we're going to do in 2021, because right now we are currently on a position where what we do today, business we generate today, will tend to pay us 90 days to the future. We are the 5th of the year coming up. So now let's start looking at, okay, let's lead with profit. If you guys didn't go to Aaron's class, it's very easy. We talk about profit. How much money do you want to take home? 30, 30, 40. 30% cost of sales, 30% expenses, 40% profit. So do the math backwards. Find out how many sales you close on that. What's your average commission? Which side's buyers, what side's sellers? If you don't know, there's an MREA guide to it. It's pretty awesome. It's right here on page 193. You can start doing your entire cost of sales breakdown and do the budget model, and we can see where you need to be in production in 2021 to hit your financial goals. We start thinking about that now. Let's get a plan in place and let's hit the ground running. Right now is the time to fill the pipeline for January sales. I still have a goal for the PC program to close 50 deals in December. And that's going to take effort from everybody. So if you see a new agent, ask them how their business is going. How's coaching going? How's things going? It takes a tribe, because if I can get 50 new agents into production getting one deal each, that's a lot of red out there. That's a lot of KW out there. That's a lot of us creating some momentum that purge out to everybody else. I drove through a neighborhood this weekend and saw 5 different KW signs. That warmed my heart. Then I drove through another neighborhood and saw a ton of long signs. I have dents on the front of my bumper now.
Careful, somebody ran over my signs twice.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's ethically immoral, and I don't like to damage my good property.
No,
But
it's
still, the same thing. It just pissed me off to see that one neighborhood we dominated, and the next neighborhood we didn't. But I'm like, there's no reason that we are being beat in the market, other than somebody is doing the things that they're supposed to do more consistently than you. So, Stormy, I friggin' love hearing that. Every day in there banging on the phones, making some connections, making some calls. Let's get it, brother.
Yeah, on Saturday morning, I think it was Friday night, we were invited to a truck rally for Saturday. And I woke up Saturday not wanting to do anything, man. Like, it was hard to even roll out of bed, but I went anyways. And like I got amazing phone calls. We met people from U of A that were actually paying like $1,000 in rent, right? And they're like, so it was just really cool, man. It like worked out perfect.
funny how that happens.
That's amazing. All you got to do is push past the resistance. Success calls upon you. It does. It calls upon you, and all you have to do is answer. Wake up, get up, show up. As long as you're doing the things you're supposed to do, success will call more frequently. I have a mentor of mine in the car business that I stretch to say mentor, but he taught me a lot of stuff in one thing that reigned true is the harder I work, the luckier I get. He's like, I'd rather be lucky than good, but the harder I work, the luckier I get. And it reigned true because every time I have worked consistently and diligently, I've always excelled at what I do. I may not be the smartest, the brightest, the most talented person in the room. Anyone else ever thought of that? I may not be the smartest, the brightest, or most talented person here. What am I doing here? No. Add that second statement. But I will outwork everyone here.
Well, and the systems in this business dictate that if you do the phone calls, do the work, you got to reach out to get back.
Yeah. And I did a breakdown on goals for one of the clients of mine, and they want to net about 80 grand a year. They want to take home 80 grand a year. It's roughly what they need to pay their bills plus live abundantly because they have other sources of income. So real estate's about 80 grand. I was like, great. You want to take home 80 grand and you break that all the way down to the amount of phone calls that need to be made a day. That's 10 contacts a day. Based on their calculations, yours might be higher. You might have a higher contact rate. You might have a higher, contact to appointment rate. You might have a higher appointment to the show rate. Knowing your rates and being able to dictate what you're going to do is easy. Just a mathematical equation. Success is a mathematical equation. So right now, today, you need to set a goal for yourself today that this week you will know what 2021 looks like.
Track everything. Make sure you're using command or whatever you're using, but your one thing needs to be tracking what you do. Track those calls, track how many lead to appointment, track, or you can't make any numbers up in your head. It's really difficult to say, yes, I do $200,000 homes every single time. And so my average is also obviously 200,000. And of course I'm going to make 10% of those, 10% of my calls will turn into sales, but those are just make believe numbers. So start tracking your numbers so you can see exactly how many calls it takes to get there, or how many open houses you have to do, or how many social media posts, or how many, clicks to a lead it takes to get that lead. Whatever numbers or metrics you're going to track them very, 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 very carefully, or you're going to spin your wheels. You're just going to oh, I'm not going to get any traction here. Or if you realize that you have to make 100 calls to actually get one appointment, then you need to start talking to Dan or me or someone else and saying, I'm not saying the right thing. I'm not getting across the right message. So, that's another thing you can see in your numbers is why am I not closing this, or why am I not getting the traction I want on my phone calls?
This is what this whole morning's about is making those strides and knowing what to say, how to say, and the confidence to do so. Ms. Teresa. You're still muted.
Sorry. Well, I have a win, and then I need help on a Binzer, just wording on something. But I was talking to a guy from California. I've been talking to him for about a week, and he, let me know that he's been talking to 3 other realtors, getting information. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, that's fine. I said, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Have you already signed something with any one of them? Oh, no, just talking to you guys. I'm like, oh, okay. So our conversation led to, a lot of real estate information and more about him. And actually he really liked, because I said, even if you don't hire me, this is the things you need to be aware of here in Arizona. So I was educating him on our termite issues and, just the climate and blah, blah, blah. And before you know, he's talking about, well, can you send me information about local airports? I have a small plane I want to be driving or flying back and forth to California and here for probably a couple years and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. So I sent him that and sent him information. He goes, I said, well, you know what? if you haven't signed with anybody, I'd really like to work with you. Seems like we're, getting along pretty good. Would you mind if I, send an agreement over and let's, really start working together? And he took a breath and goes, yeah, just send everything over. Yeah, let's do this. And he signed everything within like 5 minutes. So that was pretty nice. And then he also opened the door to him about investing, like Mara was talking about. He's excited about that. So not only is he wanting to buy a home, he's wanting to maybe buy something to invest. So that was a good win for me. Liked it. I'm having a little bit of issues. Talking about the Binzer is dealing with the listing agent who's just nice and all, but getting information back is really difficult. And so now I'm just going to issue the Benzers. I need to have it done before tomorrow. And I requested every single day information on the dishwasher and the heat and AC. And because her client went in and turned off the breaker the day before inspections. Yeah. So we couldn't verify the heat and AC.
Hiding something.
Why didn't you just turn the breaker back on?
The inspector requested he would not do it. And he said, because it could be an electrical malfunction. At that point, we didn't know why the breaker was off. If it flipped because of an issue, or if someone actually came in and turned it off. Well, later on, days later, we found out that the owner walked in because we had an agreement. Oh, I'm going to save electricity and turn off the AC and just flip the breaker. Didn't tell her agent. So anyway, I'm issuing the Binzer, and what I'm doing is, I was wanting to ask your opinion. 2 issues. Just number 1, the dishwasher malfunctioned and leaked when tested by the inspector. Request to replace with dishwasher of like kind. Is that okay? Wording, which I found out by the listing agent. They already knew the dishwasher didn't work, didn't tell us. So I'm sopping up water out the kitchen because they didn't tell us the dishwasher didn't work, was not disclosed.
Spuds. Where's the spuds?
It wasn't in the spuds.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What else?
Was an issue.
What else are they hiding?
So the other thing was the breaker.
Don't you have to inspect the home to figure out what's wrong with it? I mean, that's your due diligence. It's not the seller or the listing agent's responsibility. So technically,
It was during our inspection period. We had our inspector there. Stormy.
Let me answer that aspect, Stormy. If you as an agent or the seller have a fact that is material detrimental to the property, it must be disclosed.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
it does not work.
But that doesn't mean that they know if there's a material defect.
But she just said that the seller and the agent already knew the dishwasher didn't work.
So does that mean that they just
prior to the inspection?
Does that mean that they just forgot to tell you on accident, not necessarily that they were?
There is no accidents in real estate. If you know and you don't disclose, that is a failure to disclose.
So I'm the listing agent, right? Like, I know you're going to find out that there's something wrong with the dishwasher because you're going to do your inspection, right? Not saying that I know and I'm not going to tell you, but what I am saying is that, like, if I forgot to tell you on accident, you know what I mean? Or maybe the seller told me the day before you went and did the inspection and I was busy and I didn't get around to saying anything or didn't get around to your voicemail. Like, ultimately, if I am the buying agent, is it my responsibility or not?
As the seller's agent, to talk to you, because if you were informed at all by the seller of a material defect in the property, it is your responsibility to disclose it, regardless of situations. If you forgot or not, if you were told prior to the situation, it is a failure to disclose.
So the minute, if I'm the listing agent, the seller tells me right now, right this minute, hey, I forgot to tell you the dishwasher doesn't work. And and it's a text message and I'm on the phone and I don't get off the phone for another 40 minutes and whatever, dude, like I don't get around to telling you in another 3 hours, but you go doing your inspection and find out, am I wrong?
Yes.
So I need to hang up the phone. So technically I need to hang up the phone, stop everything I'm doing and let the buying agent know, hey, the dishwasher doesn't work and they just told me. ASAP?
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. In the event that that goes to the AZ commissioner, Judy Lowe, depending on what mood she in, can pull your license. It's that serious. And it's not to the like a dishwasher or anything small like that, but when there's material, like if you have a home that's on the market, you guys go under inspections, they find a ton of shit wrong with the house, guess what? Now you know, and you must disclose. If that contract falls out and you go back and you have to relist it, that SDDS has to be updated because you can be held liable because now you know, because there is physical proof that's a failure to disclose. No. If they knew and they said, hey, sorry, we knew, we just didn't tell you, that's when you go, listen, that's a failure to disclose. You caused myself and my client issue. You can take that to the commissioner and be like, I need an adult. But it literally is that serious of a condition. It does not happen very often that they take you to the commissioner over failure to disclose, but it's one of those things that you want to know that there is no grace. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, they just told me yesterday.
Another option back
Well,
to
that
Teresa,
was her.
though. Yeah, back to Teresa though. I mean, you may want to just do an addendum and extend and have them reinspect and pay the extra $100 for them to reinspect AC or HVAC, or just have an HVAC guy and go in and have it extended because seller failure to disclose. I mean, it just depends on your timing and what you need to get done.
Yeah, well, I gave 15 days for the Binzer for the inspection due diligence. I gave her some extra time, but she's used all the extra time just procrastinating. And because I'm literally sending her text messages and emails every single day. Okay, how about today? Any more news? And what I've asked for is we went ahead and got the 210 home warranty the day we wrote the offer with the seller, the extra $50 for the seller coverage. So it's in place. The AC was working beautifully the day we were there when we viewed the home, the place. When we went back for the inspection, it was hot, the breaker was turned off. So what I've requested from the listing agent, and they've agreed to, the reason I've held off on the Binzer, they said, oh, we're sorry. Yeah, we know the dishwasher doesn't work. Oops, we should have told you. And I said, yeah, because it's a second floor condo, and I really would have hated to have the flood, ruin the unit below. So it would have been nice to know ahead of time. Oh yeah, we're going to give, $480 for a new dishwasher. I'm like, well, I need that in writing. And then they're like, I said, and what about the breaker? I said, while the inspector was there, I texted you, I think 10 times of what's up with the breaker. We waited an additional hour. No one responded. And so this was the next day. I was really upset. So now she's like, oh, well, I said, now you do have the 210 home warranty. I would suggest that they go in, inspect, and certify the heat and AC. Like, oh yeah, we can do that. I'm like, okay, can I have that in writing that you're going to do that? You're willing to do that? I still do not have that in writing. I just have it verbally. Yeah, my seller is going to work on that. I said, can you help your seller work on that? I don't understand why she can't help her seller call 210 and get that issue. It's just beyond me. So anyway, I'm a little frustrated. Binzer has to be done tomorrow, but I'm telling her I have to do it today because I want my buyer to be able to read it and sign it. So in my Binzer, that's what I'm doing. I'm saying I want the dishwasher that malfunctioned and leaked replaced with new dishwasher of like kind. Should also say, or by your verbal agreement, issue $485 credit for that. On the heat and AC, I'm just saying the breaker was off. The heat and AC, the inspector could not verify if it was in working order. Request to have the breaker issue inspected and verified as to why it was off, and have 210 home warranty company inspect and certify the heat and AC system.
Teresa, do you come into the office? Because the office is a perfect place with the broker to write up a Binzer, and the broker's here today.
Okay.
Benzers are a pain in the butt. I hate writing them up, and you got to be very careful the way you word them and write them and stuff. And I never write a Benzer alone. I always get someone to help me.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm asking.
And then the
30-minute class is going to take longer, probably.
Okay. Sorry.
the
There's
other
only
thing
two
with
issues. There's only two issues we have.
right with a lack of attention from the other agent, though, you're almost at the point where the broker needs to call the agent's broker
Okay.
and say, there was a failure to disclose. They, breakers turn off, the agent is lax with any immediate attention to remedying some of this stuff. You need to have a discussion with your agent and find out what's going on with this, and then whatever. But our broker is good at that if they're not buried to their butt with other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Because that's you're kind of getting into a territory of the other agent's just not doing their job.
Yeah. I just hate to involve the broker until I've
right. But
done all my resources.
And a broker would tell you, we would rather you talk to us about it so that we can at least offer an opinion on the situation and some guidance, or do something about it.
Okay.
And it also helps you learn each time, because the next time you run into this, it'll be, oh, I remember when I did this is what I need to do. This is what I need to put, what I need to encumber the other agent with to make sure I'm protecting my client.
Okay. Okay. So consensus is I should come in and talk to Lisa today.
It's hard, Teresa. Benzers are hard. They're not easy, and it's important that you get it right.
Just call the broker hotline.
Yeah, call the broker hotline. Run it by them.
Any of us can help. Do you not have that number?
Yeah, I have it.
If you don't have it, it's in the chat. 612-1122. But Teresa, you can always call me.
Yeah. That's.
Any of you can always call me.
Okay.
And Stormy's absolutely right. Benzers are tough. It's very important you word things correctly. It's very important that we're very clear on what we're asking for. If you are on the sell side, it's very clear that you explain to your clients the ramifications of doing or not doing.
Yeah, Jody Koch used to do an actual 3-hour-long Benzer class.
Yeah, we're getting her. She's on the calendar again for another one.
There you go.
We're going to have it recorded because this is something we need. I think 3 things that we can really utilize a lot is more help on the purchase contract, knowing exactly where to fill things out, and do stuff. Help on listing agreements and fighting for your commission. And Benzers. Because there's one thing I want you guys to be okay with, and I want you to repeat after me. Ready? Simple word. No.
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 Will you reduce your commission?
No.
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 I appreciate you asking. No.
I appreciate your asking, but no. No, thank you, Stephanie. Turned your camera on and said no. Another agent will do it for less. Will you match him?
I appreciate you asking.
No.
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 And let me tell you why.
Let me
Let
tell
me
you.
tell you why. I like that. You got to be okay saying no to somebody. What's this additional commission for administrative costs? What is this number here? Get rid of that.
No.
No.
And let me tell you why.
And let me tell you why.
Can you tell me why?
I got a mouthful of food. Yeah, sure.
It's exactly that. When it says 6%, 3 and 3, and on line 66 in the purchase contract, there's and or click and put your transaction fee and E&O there. So whatever you charge, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15%. If you get a 15% listing, I want to be there. I have a feeling Teresa's going to get it. But when you do that, that 6%, 8%, whatever it is, add on line 66, add your additional commission to cover administrative costs. What does every transaction have with it?
E&O.
E&O insurance. Soon in 2021, it's going to be the transaction fee too.
That's
if
right.
you add the two together, it's $190. So on that line, you can put $190.
So the explanation is like
It's commission. It's
Sorry?
commission. It's commission. They're simply agreeing to paying you. That it's showing as a transaction fee, but it's actually commission money, or you're getting in to pay your transaction fee.
What it is, the legal verbatim, it's additional commission to cover administrative costs. You can't call it admin fee. You can't call it a transaction fee. You can't call it anything other than additional commission. Now they're going to say, why am I paying you an additional commission? And that's why I already give them the second part of the sentence, to cover administrative costs. All right, you're welcome, guys. I just saved you all $190 per transaction. Put it on every listing document. Put it on every buyer-broker agreement. Line 27, I think it is in the buyer-broker agreement. 3% plus 190. And if you're, quick with it, you can throw in a fuel expense. That's why my buyer brokers are $295, right? My listings are $169 or $269. Because what do you think that cost is for? The sign.
Oh, the sign.
I'm gonna have a sign put up. I'm gonna have a lockbox put up. So I actually need to revise it because my costs have gone up a little bit too. But that's an additional commission to cover administrative costs. If it's pre-printed on the contract, even if you're negotiating the percentages, that line doesn't change. It's a non-negotiable for me, much like my percentages. I have lost deals because of it, and come to find out that was a good choice because those clients were nightmares, and every client I've ever reduced my commission for has been a nightmare. Will you reduce your commission? No.
No.
But thank you for asking. I'll show you why.
However, the other thing that can happen in this scenario is that additional administrative fee little number that's in there, if somebody has a problem with it, you'll at least get your 3% if you take that out.
There's
Bargaining
always a
piece.
give them
Bargaining
a-
piece. It's a win for the client. Oh, we got them. It's, you lost your $190 as opposed to half a point, which could be $1,000.
Right, exactly. So let's be strong about that. Cindy, congratulations. I know you got a listing coming.
And I have a couple questions for you whenever you have a chance to call me.
You need to jump on the call early. That's what we handle all right now.
No, it was like 4 minutes, but I didn't want to interrupt what you guys were talking about. You guys had a big
Morning is all
topic,
about interruptions.
but no. It worked out better. I need to look at the computer as well. So
Okay, we'll do a Zoom. Let me check my calendar. I should be able to get something out there for you.
I just have a few questions.
I have a free answers.
Like this
Awesome,
one.
guys. Well, happy Monday. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Remember, it's okay to say no. Or if you want to be nice about it, here's the line. I wish I could say yes.
Ooh.
Have a nice day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Ignite 9 a.m. with Captain Marvel. She is marvelous. Let's give her some support. Talk to you soon.
I love the hair.
I know, me too.
I'm